Smart Schoolboy 9 Internet Rabbit Hole. Let's do this. Do not attempt to make contact with the individual discussed in today's video. I do not condone harassment of any kind. Following video contains. Wait, fuck, I didn't get to read that shit. Hold up. Following video contains scenes that may be upsetting and distressing for some. Topics include CP. Oh, awesome! Viewer discretion is advised. We love it here. We love that. We love that.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a reel randomly, and it's led me down this weird rabbit hole of people using AI or dressing up pretending to go to school. They all seem to have high heels, check images in them. Is this an age play thing or something more sinister? Literally anything helps as I keep trying to look for answers. This post was made to the subreddit r/Instagram by the user numerouscut792 on April 15th, 2024. It featured screenshots of 3 bizarre-looking
He
Instagram
said April 14th this year. Hold up.
pages they had encountered earlier that day, with OP expressing concern that something truly disturbing was happening with these users. And those in the thread agreed. What the actual fuck? Found all of them and blocked them all. Truthsticks11 is seriously creepy to me. I've been trying to find more about them but can hardly find anything. Very weird account to say the least. The 3 accounts apparently belong to 3 different children. However, when combing through their posts, the content seems to imply something much more bizarre was afoot. Something truly disturbing.
Bro, that's so weird. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, why would you even want to do that? Pretend to be a kid? I mean, obviously, there's tons of reasons to do it. Like, bad reasons, but like, that's just like, that's so unhinged, bro. Like, goddamn, man.
This post would be the start of a story that would eventually be picked up and shared all across the online world, becoming one of the more notorious internet mysteries in recent memory, as these accounts revealed an unending rabbit hole that is still being traversed to this very day, in an ongoing investigation into one of the most depraved oddities ever found on Instagram. This is the emerging story of Smart Schoolboy 9.
Smart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Shout out Nick Crowley, bro. Original link to the video will be in the description if y'all want to check this out for yourself, by the way. Without me talking over it the whole time and shit.
We'll return after these messages.
Before we get too far down this rabbit hole, I want to first thank today's sponsor, an account looked after by me. Beautiful boy, an account looked after by me, a degree-educated mother choosing to stay anonymous. This was the bio of the first account pictured in the Reddit post, an account named Truthsticks11, which was said to be operated by a 12-year-old boy and his mother. Back in October of 2021, the duo would make their very first post, kicking things off on a somewhat concerning note, though not for their own page, but instead another account on the platform.
So, that's the account.
Hold on. Truthsticks11. The man pretending to be a boy has many aliases, including Madi Chakir, using photos of other boys in a desperate attempt to make former followers refollow him. But then they realize that no boys post stuff like that. Bro. Oh my god.
Run by a man pretending to be a boy.
The video was created and posted by the mother for the sole purpose of warning others of a specific user who had been posing as a child online when, in actuality, he was a grown man who did this in order to get close to and exploit other children across the platform. It's the grim reality of this online world, as predators will do just about anything to get closer to children, and it's a reality often unrealized or even ignored by parents, which makes it almost refreshing that this mother was out here trying to raise awareness. These posts would become the crux of the account early on. They would call out this user and their many accounts again and again, eventually going more in depth about what this person would actually do, claiming that they had a strange perversion to dressing up as a young schoolboy. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. This theme of calling out online predators would
Evidence of a pedophilic deception when you see on the Wednesday pin everything going is all fake. I don't even know what language is that. French? Il ne peut rien écrire des frais est-il écrire. Ensuite, il ne peut pas décider quel est son nom.
would remain consistent throughout the years on Truthsticks11. However, after some time, the mother behind the account began to use the page for its initially intended purpose, to share photos of her son. The photos began reasonably normal and would show this young boy studying at school.
No hate, but what is that haircut, bro? What the fuck?
Accepting awards from their principal, and even school presentations in which
I feel like creepy as fuck, bro. What kind of camera takes photos like
their
that?
son had attended, though over time, the photos began to grow stranger.
Oh, you don't say. Okay, that's just fucking terrifying, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck even is that? What even is that, bro?
They looked off, almost as if they were AI generated, with deep red lipstick often.
This shit. That's not cool, man. And I'm not even saying like, I don't know, some funny shit. Like that's just really not. It's so disturbing.
Being added, which was enunciated by his face being turned pure white. This unsettling trend would continue from here, as with each passing post, the photos grew less authentic and more surreal.
It's giving me like a bad feeling in my chest.
Until they became straight up disturbed, even sickening.
Sometimes it is quite hard to know if I should smile in a scenario where there's plenty of non-smiling, because I don't know if others might think it's just a child being silly. But having personality is really important. Motherfucker, how are you gonna say personality is important? You're not a person. What the fuck?
Spilled over
You're
past just the images too, as
like
the
a
post began to
drawing.
appear.
Bro, what? What is this? What is this? Like genuinely, bro. What the fuck?
As disjointed collages.
And then it's the mom supposed to be like posting for him. My lovely and sometimes energetic son pleasantly surprises me with his insights into leadership in school. Leadership important leaders can be teaching, however, what the fuck?
Often showcasing multiple grotesque images and paragraphs about how much this user loved school. And this wasn't the only shift either. At some point, the son behind the account began posting content that allegedly came directly from him, saying things like, "My really cool mom asked me if I'd like to post, and I said, yes please." He even shared supposed videos that he had filmed of himself, which were equally as unconvincing
What the fuck
as his photos, and somehow even more chilling.
Are you gonna make me watch one? Bro. No. Fuck off, bro. What is this? Bro, this is literally like this, like straight
The boy
out
even
of
shows off his singing.
hell. Oh my god, that is
the
so
account was
terrifying.
overall anomalous and extremely off-putting. And though this content was visually alarming, another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI.
Wait. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What the fuck?
This content was visually alarming. Another aspect made it even more so concerning, as over time, many of the images began to resemble CP, showcasing these fake AI children in explicit.
Obviously not going to be showing this, but it's truly disgusting. Bro. How in the fuck?
Positions, with their faces sometimes even being photoshopped onto scantily dressed adult bodies. One thing is blatantly obvious about the Truth Sticks account: the supposed child behind it is not real. Even in the more passable photos at the very beginning, there's evidence to suggest that these were likely AI as well.
I'm just gonna say, because that shit do not look real. That shit does not look real, bro.
And based on the disturbed, borderline illegal content that this page featured, it seemed more than likely that whoever was behind this page was not an innocent mother concerned for the welfare of other children, but instead, a predatory individual themselves. And this wasn't their only account. The second page featured on the Reddit post belonged to a user named GirlChloe12 and bore striking similarities to Truth Sticks. The page was also supposedly run by a child and monitored by their parent. Bizarrely, they also posted frequently about the
To all the school children, be careful because there's creep online. Bro, isn't that so fucked up that the very people doing the shit that's just like the very people that are warning other people to be wary of creepy people are those same creepy people? Isn't that fucked up? Like that's so crazy to me, man. The grotesque and shameful world of pedophilia, an exploding head of perverted ideas for hell. Like, they are making this shit being those people. Like, that's fucking
The
wild to
wording of
me.
these posts and the editing being essentially the exact same as Truth Sticks, just not as over the top. These two accounts even frequently interacted with each other, thus providing a substantial link on its own. But by far the most compelling link between these pages is one that is easy to miss at a glance,
You gotta stop putting these
with that being a
pictures
blatant
of this
obsession
fucking
with
fucker on my screen, bro.
high-heeled mini boots. These shoes were mentioned or shown in virtually every single post made by these two users. At playtime, I'm sometimes running around with my really cool heeled footwear I wear with my uniform. After coming home from school, education isn't over for the day once the blue blazer, gray jersey, neat tie, white shirt, tailored close-fit gray trousers, and black heeled mini boots are in the wardrobe. No matter what they discussed, school uniforms and mini boots were always a talking point, which adds confirmation to something that is already becoming apparent. This is fetish content.
Yeah,
Not
I
too
was
unlike
about
the
to
bizarre
say.
accounts in the Pipergate rabbit hole. Fetish content centered around children. And what makes the Chloe account so disturbing is that AI was seemingly not used, and rather, the images seem to be of actual children.
Oh my god.
Despite this disturbing distinction, these two accounts are cut from the same cloth, and all signs point to them being created by the same person. A person who, despite their constant warnings of the dangers of adults pretending to be children online, seems to be doing the exact same thing, as part of some sort of fetish, the extent of which we'll discuss later. But for now, one thing was for certain. These pages were not run by children, or their parents. So, who created them?
Bro, I gotta sit
Well,
down,
that brings
man.
us to our third and final account shown in that initial post. Smart Schoolboy 9 was much the same as the other two accounts. They warned of online predators, obsessed over high-heeled mini boots and school uniforms, and posed as a child despite clearly not being one. But Smart Schoolboy was different in one key aspect. The person behind the account was pretending to be a child, but they were doing so in a much more apparent manner, as they didn't use AI or stolen images of other kids to form their identity, and instead, they used photos of themselves.
What?
In the images posted on the account, we see what appears to be a fully grown man, dressed in a schoolboy's uniform. His face is painted pure white and has bright red lipstick, and he is of course wearing high-heeled mini boots. Characteristics that were all utilized across the other accounts, only this time it was done on himself, as he poses as a child pretending to go to school, as well as pretending to go through other life events common for preteens. And the photos aren't even the most disturbing part, as the account consists primarily of videos.
Oh. School. Hey, let me know if you like school as well.
The videos are all incredibly off-putting. Some show him arriving home from school.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. School.
Others show him claiming to be on the bus heading towards school.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, I'm on the school bus.
And other videos showing him doing whatever this is.
What the fuck? Bro, I don't even wanna know.
With these strange sounds and the process of sticking his tongue out appearing to be part of his fetish.
Freak ass boy. Freak ass boy, get that off my screen, man.
In fact, there's a video of him with his full outfit on, where he shows himself staring into a mirror as he appears to pleasure himself, right out of view of the camera.
And you dare put that shit on my screen? Hold on, put that shit back.
Creepy accounts pretending to be kids. I came across a
Did I start this shit over? Oh my god, I did.
online worlds. The story began to be shared all across the internet, Boy 9 case remaining a mystery. Oh, this was merely speculation, with much of the Smart Schoolboy 9 case remaining a mystery, and the rabbit hole was only getting deeper from here.
You
Months after this rabbit hole was introduced to the online world, the story began to be shared all across the internet, most notably on the r/Internet Mysteries subreddit, where the case really took off. There, internet sleuths began uncovering just how vast this web of accounts actually was, as it wasn't just these 3 pages. No, there seemed to be over a dozen, and likely even more that we still haven't found.
Oh my god. There's a whole community of these fuckers, man. Oh, this shit's on Instagram? Bro, I'm scared. I don't want to look it up on my phone because I don't want like that kind of shit to even be like, I don't want that shit to be affiliated with me in any way, shape, or form. So if you want to, I don't recommend doing that shit either. Like he's saying, don't go fuck with him. Let someone else deal with that. But fuck, man, that's really not cool.
As he's created his own sort of community, his own little world, where across each page he pretends to be a child, with these accounts typically following each other and frequently interacting, seemingly to make these characters appear as though—
Wait, hold on, let me read this. Thanks. I'm gonna read just one. Thanks, cute boy, for coming. Okay, maybe not that one.
typically following each other and frequently interacting.
A poem from me. A page particularly positive can provide you with proper peace. At primary school, secondary school, when distractions seem not to cease, rose, pose, or naturally glow, the rose, the daffodil will deal you no blows. You kind of spin though. Hold up. Sense, and sensible sense, intense caravans or mansions to be seen, temporary classrooms or brand new builds, and when you can't stand it, learn to stand still. He kind of lost me there. Look around the classroom as if it were a painting. Stop, step, staggering, as if fainting. Turn it into a dance, a new page for you. Write a book of dance and tell the whole school. Flute it, drum it, draw it, live it. And if ignored, don't be livid. Your greatness, trust it. You have sussed it. Be hotter than a hot dog with loads of mustard. All right, that was it was written by a girl, but she lost me. Stephanie Stansfield, 12. That's clever. Yeah.
Seemingly to make these characters appear as though they have real friends. On one of these pages, 12 Stockwell Joanne, he poses as a 14-year-old girl, using more AI images to depict explicit positions of this manufactured child, which I obviously am not going to show here. Though much like his Chloe account, he also shows images of very real young girls. But this isn't the most concerning part of this account, as on numerous occasions, he's shown images of children at a playground, which he may have taken himself. This fantasy of being a schoolgirl and taking part in these school-centric activities is something carried over throughout multiple of his accounts, with his most common alias being Stephanie, of which he has numerous different accounts featuring that same name.
Yeah, I'm Stephanie.
This Stephanie character claims to be a 12-year-old aspiring poet, with accounts all across the internet, many of which showcasing examples of her poetry, which carries on those same distinct sexual undertones. I race to complete my poems when I've got an early start, heart racing, mixed rhythms, maximizing miracles, rice with rap, and on the map, my Kennington, London syllables, dancing though I know my underwear might show if I lean forward. Good. Stephanie Stansfield, 12. But digging even deeper, her poetry has even seemingly been featured in various articles and even newspapers, showcasing that this rabbit hole extends far past just the online world. This act is clearly their obsession. Hole extends featured in various articles.
Hold the fuck on. The stream, Hi to the Street Ham Society. I'm Stephanie Stansfield and Shy. I'm 12 years of age, year 7. I'm London born and lived in Street Ham for a while. I've written a poem and I asked my half brother what he remembers about the area, then I put my thoughts on the paper. I could have written much more, but I wanted to keep it short and yet still include a little tribute to June Whitfield. So it's as if I've traveled through times to include so much. I hope my poem is of some use. Yours sincerely, Stephanie. What the fuck? Streetham Society News? What do y'all got going on over there, man? Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry. Bro. Oh my, no. Why?
As in one of his many pages
Why?
dedicated to
I wish I
Stephanie
didn't look back.
character,
Oh my gosh.
he dresses as her, wearing a wig and a dress, as he pretends to be a 12-year-old girl. Almost immediately after this case began gaining
I hate looking
traction,
at
the
this
true
fucker's face,
magnitude of this
bro.
rabbit
Stop
hole
putting
was
this so
revealed.
fucking.
Across every single account are
Oh,
countless
God.
depraved posts and oddities that all could warrant discussion. But by far the most important discoveries were those that didn't actually occur on his own page, and rather the pages of other actual children. Do you like school? I do. It is good. You have some cool shirts, but I have to wear school uniforms to school. It is nice, but casual isn't allowed, and it's quite hot here in the UK, as the month of June suddenly got warmer. These are two examples out of many that show Smart Schoolboy 9 reaching out and attempting to befriend young children.
I'm guessing you like Takis more. I've only tried them once. Another boy ahead of me at school, he used to bring snacks. You have heard of here in the UK. I saw the name Takis on the wrapper of both versions he bought, and they're tasty. The snack scene here in the UK is competitive, so you've done well to get Takis sold here. Oh, and you look really, really suitable to be in a promotional ad. You have the enthusiasm for. No fucking kid talks like that. No kid talks like that. No kid could form a fucking sentence like this many sentences this cohesively.
Comments from bad people stating that it happens to most boys in our age group, but stay safe, stay cool, don't be dismayed by creeps. This is our best evidence that these
Sir, that did not say dismayed. They said dissuaded, because I had struggle saying that. But yeah, that's fucked up, man. That's really not cool.
accounts weren't just made for age play. No, he's actually posing as a child in order to make friends with other children. And given his overtly sexual interests and aversion to CP, it's not hard to gather why he was doing this. And these examples are only what we found so far. It's possible that there are dozens, or who knows, maybe even hundreds of other comments out there, hidden on unknown children's accounts. This is predatory behavior. The man behind Schoolboy 9 is a predator. And in case there was still any doubt of whether or not this was a sexual thing, here's what he had to say about being.
Oh my god. I hate that I have to read, bro. My god, I wish I couldn't read. I can't sit still in class. Thighs jerking, high heels squeaking, school uniform so girly. Being 13 is really sexy, but being a good girl is too. He said at the bottom, no chance I'm saying this out loud. And that's exactly what I just did. Fuck you, bro. I mean, someone had to read it, right?
Being a 13-year-old girl. But have his tactics actually worked? Well, the frightening thing is, no one knows if he's actually been successful or not, or even what specifically he's looking for. We just know that he's trying to reach kids, as evidenced not only by his comments, but by the fact that he's solely following children on all of these pages. And though it's easy to look
The
at
fact that he's solely following children should be grounds enough to just fucking send his boy to the chair, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? I mean, I guess it would be hard for them to tell if he's also posing as a kid. But I mean, come on, man. Like, how do you see a picture of a guy like that and not think we need to find this man immediately and arrest him?
his accounts and know that something is off. For children, it's not that simple, especially when there's pages showcasing photos of actual kids. Which brings up another frightening detail. Many of the images he's used of children have not been traced back to their original creator, and some seem to appear for the very first time online publicly on this man's pages, which might mean that he was sent them privately. There's even one image that David posted on his Schoolboy account, which shows another kid that he claimed to be on a playdate with, though it's impossible to say.
He came to be on a what? A play date? Hold on. No, hold on. Here at school, I've been paired with Wilfred, and how cool too, as we're quite good at environmental studies and loads of indoor studies. In this new Achievers classroom, it is a quality place. Huh.
Say if this is real or not. For now, we just don't know for sure. Though given the fact that he's reaching out to children, posting fetish content centered around children, and has even potentially photographed kids in the wild, one thing is for certain: Smart Schoolboy 9 needs to be stopped.
Oh, ain't no way they caught him. Oh my god. We got a whole little chapter. Y'all see that? I'm myself. I'm not doing it.
Finding this man and reporting him to law enforcement quickly became the top priority for those investigating the case. And luckily, he left several glaring clues behind that made this
Thank you. Thank you. I knew his dumb ass would get caught, bro. You can't be this cocky. You can't be that cocky and get away with it, man.
Process a whole lot easier. On numerous occasions across his many pages, he would post images and videos of specific locations, even showing streets and mentioning very particular areas in his poems, all of which centered around the London area, immediately giving us an idea of where he was located. And that wasn't all. I mentioned how the alias of Stephanie was one that he used more so than any other, but what's interesting is that there was another name used just as often across his accounts, brought up time and time again, though it's a name that he never seemed to call any of his characters. Instead, he simply referred to this person as a stepbrother, or a father, or even a friend from school, despite never actually picturing him, just mentioning his name. David. And sure enough, after connecting a few dots, it would
We got him. Fucking dumbass. Snitching on yourself. Always get him.
be revealed that this person's actual name was in fact David. David Alter, with a man being 59 years old.
50 fucking 9? And you're pulling this shit, David? Come on. Come on, David. Damn, man.
At the moment, it doesn't appear that David has any past criminal convictions
Fucking
or documented
loser.
history of this behavior, but we do know that thanks to the investigation done on Reddit and Discord, he is currently being investigated by local authorities, which will hopefully put an end to his online behavior and shine some more light on who this person actually is. As for the time being, the only other information that we really know about David is that he likes to write poetry and he makes music.
I think I hear a running tram going back in time, not out of time. I think I like a little lemon and lime. Hey, Marianne, hey, Steely Dan.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I didn't know what I was listening to at first. I didn't even think he was like saying words. It like just registered in my brain, bro. Oh my god. I don't even no. We're not listening to that shit.
Here's in a random newspaper, where he's discussing the importance of kids wearing.
Hold up. He got caught in a newspaper, it says. School uniforms are a path to discipline. May I say, as a school pupil age 13, that wearing school uniform is not as bad as a Carolina urban. Why can't adults dress like adults? 22 September makes out. What was she forced to wear when she says, in my view, it is not possible for anyone to look attractive in uniform? Of course it is. If you are careful to select good quality, well-fitting school wear from a reputable stockist. Oh my god, this boy got a fucking school uniform fetish and he was so freaked out. He fucking wrote a whole ass like article damn near about why they're good. That's crazy.
School uniforms. And that's really all we have at the moment. But it is important to note that David is far more intelligent than he lets on, as his personal accounts show us that he is fairly well spoken and articulate, and throughout his problematic content, most of his bad grammar and strange verbiage seems to be his attempts at more authentically trying to replicate a child, but it's impossible to know for sure. But what we do know is that David is extremely manipulative, with his response to this situation and other clues littered across his accounts showing us that he seems to know what he's doing, and he knows that it's wrong.
Nah.
Since the exposure of David's accounts, he hasn't silently slithered away like most other predators would. Instead, he's actually responded on more than a few occasions.
What? You have 3 separate accounts that use you to comment on your main account, but with some if it's yours. You're a grown man, maybe looking for sex. What? What?
Lashing out to those who have DM'd him, calling
You're wanking as you text? What?
them the perverts and predators. He even left a comment on his Joanne account seemingly directed at himself, writing, "You are really sad. And if that's your name, David, be honest with yourself. You're 50, as you said elsewhere. You reply to me, a girl, as if I'm your buddy? No chance ever." This is something David does all the time. It's projection. And
Oh my god. Bro, what level of mental illness is that, man? That's deranged, man. Like that's like not like seriously, that's like super, super fucked up, man. To like I couldn't even get into it. That's
And it started all the way back at the beginning of this
yeah,
rabbit
go ahead,
hole.
fucking
So,
Stacy James.
that's the account run by a man pretending to be a boy.
And he continued posting these predator exposés, along with other warnings about predators on the internet across every page he made, each of which being hyper-specific to his own predatory ways and fetishes. The things he accuses others of are blatant projections of his own dark vices. And I can think of 2 reasons why. Number 1, that this makes his account look safer to other parents and children. It gives the appearance that he's not another internet creep, because he's actively calling them out. It's a way to build trust in order to befriend and exploit kids.
Bro, this
And number
is a
2,
creepy
he
shit.
knows what he's doing is wrong. And this is his bizarre way of self-reporting, probably to make himself feel better about what he's doing. And
That's
it's
what I'm
obvious
saying.
based on just how accurate these claims against others are to him. Does he wish he were a young boy in a school classroom, looking nice and being successful at school? Yes. And these claims are made over and over again, as each time he calls someone out, he's further exposing himself, which becomes more concerning when you realize that these projections seemingly aren't strictly pedophilic.
What do you mean?
Within those eerily familiar expose posts he made on Truthsticks 11, he mentions how this user not only wanted to exploit children online, but they wanted to
Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, why does this keep getting worse? Can't. Hold on. Like, literally tearing up, man. Like, so mad. I don't even want to read this like out loud. Learn what the fictitious name used by the man pretending to be a boy implies. Notice the lettering of the surname, what he's implying. Crimes against humanity. Crimes, humanity, appalling. It's all code. Cannibalism, hatred, active. Indicating why he uses photos of boys showing bare flesh. What? AIR suggests his fetish extends to those of killing in ritual. Bro, that is the craziest self snitch of all time. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, I'm like, holy shit. This information I'm reading right now hit me like a fucking flashbang. Holy shit. And 34AC indicates to 34 other pedophiles that he and they are active in their accounts. Eventually, as he lacks photos of the boy, his followers notice something is wrong. Using the same photo many times and trying to add photos of other boys, the arrogant man pretending to be a boy and not pretend arrogance is a substitute for common sense. Nah.
kill them as well, as he mentions that this user has a clear interest in cannibalizing kids, and even performing ritualistic sacrifices on them. And based on how accurate all of the other exposures are to himself, I have no reason to believe that this isn't part of his MO as well, as crazy as that may sound. This also seems to coincide with some of the content he's posted that I can't show you, as some of these photos show children edited in contorted positions, including some where he's added what appears to be rope to give the illusion that they're tied up. And what makes this even more disturbing is that on his accounts he's posted numerous photos in the vicinity of schools.
Waiting for my lift at the junction of Wavertree Road and Streatham Hill. This location is only 1 block away from a school. Motherfucker, dude.
On nearby secluded trails, and even
School project visits to millions of clients to learn about interesting
some where he discusses what time school starts and ends.
8 a.m. at East Nine is pretty cool time of day. School is started for the day or about to. And as you can guess from the photos from me and my school briefcase, I like to be awake and ready or short.
Saying that he likes to be awake and ready for it. There's even photos that show other children outside from a distance, almost as if David was stalking them. This is highly concerning. Even if we don't know truly how low this man's perversions get, he is still far too close to children, which is perfectly encapsulated by this photo of him on a school playground during the day. And with his disturbing desires, I don't even want to imagine what he's capable of. Which brings us to the final piece of content that I need to talk about. Chasing another boy running in heeled mini boots. This was the text shown on screen during a short video posted onto one of David's many accounts. And in the video, we see the man pointing the camera at himself, showing his full face of white makeup and red lipstick. This video is edited more egregiously than any others I've seen across his page, with multiple explicit images and huge emojis covering the majority of the screen. Though just barely enough of the footage can be seen that shows David as he turns the camera around, revealing a young boy. Who he then proceeds to chase after, giggling all the while.
My.
Whether this was an edited video or a real occurrence, we don't currently know. David's doings are a mystery that will take some time to unravel, and my hope is that law enforcement will be able to follow through and help shed some more light on this individual, and finally put an end to his twisted behavior. But at this point, only one thing is for sure. The story of Smart Schoolboy 9 is far from over.
Yo, that's nah. All information shown in this video has been archived and sent to law enforcement who have been investigating this case for the past few weeks. Please do not attempt to contact David, as that may interfere with their investigation. W video, man. W video. Fuck. That shit just made me feel bad, man. Not gonna lie to y'all. Shout out Nick Curley, man. Shout out Nick Curley. Why is it saying not subscribe? Shout out Nick Curley, dog. Like I said, original link to the video be in the description. You gotta go watch it for yourself.
Please don't go text that guy or look him into his accounts. I know what we saw here is between us and shit. You know, we had a good time looking at this shit. Well, not really a good time, but you know, we had a time looking at the shit. But please don't go interact with that individual in any sort of way. It's not worth it, man. I'm just say that from me personally. But yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, everything. I'll see y'all. I'm out this bitch.